It's the final home game of the 23-24 season. Head coach CJ Haydock and the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds welcoming Azusa Pacific. And we're celebrating two super seniors today, Jonah Garone and Avery Lewis, guys who have made a tremendous impact. Jonah going back 2 years, Avery just in 1 year already providing leadership, just providing guys who are just good dudes. But what are you going to reflect on most about this group of super seniors?
For sure. I think we'll start with Avery. I think recruiting's funny. Like, I remember my first Zoom with Avery. I got off the Zoom and I texted Coach McClurg and I said, "Hey, Avery's going to be a Sunbird. I know it," because there was a synergy and an alignment in who he was and the things he cared about. Incredible human, 7 points away from 1,000 points on his career, had a really storied career before he came to us, and then just his body has not cooperated this year, and has hung in there with us. An incredible human off the floor, criminally underrated in how intelligent he is, one of the best charisma guys we've ever coached, and he's going to claim Fresno Pacific because of the alignment, because of the relationship. And I think we haven't given him the year he deserved. His body hasn't held up to the year he deserved, but just a special dude who I love dearly, who we're going to care about dearly, who's left his impact for sure. And then Jonah, one of the things that makes me emotional about what I do is we care about winning a lot. We care more and are deeply humbled by the kind of guy we want to recruit and get here, in terms of their character, their leadership, how they're going to change the world. And Jonah's up there with, in 8 years here, we have some special dudes. And Jonah's as special as any of them. Such a pro, every day in the gym shooting on his own, an incredible leader, an incredible uniter of people. We have dudes from 6 different countries. We have guys from every religious and cultural and economic background. And I don't know that I've ever experienced someone like Jonah in terms of bringing people together. It's one of the best leaders we've ever had. For him to be a Fresno dude, to wear Fresno across his chest, and to offer us that, just really special. And he's going to be in that pantheon of the people that follow our program, of leaders, of the Adrian Antunezes, the Sean Nealon-Linos, the Jelani Watson-Gales, the Sam Burks, that we speak of those guys and their leadership and their long-term investment in our program. Those guys give more than they receive. And just really proud that Jonah and Avery chose us and we got to walk with them. That part of my job, I can't express the appreciation we have for those kind of guys that we get to live and do life with and lead and be led by every single day. So try to celebrate them the right way today.
We've talked about the journey of this team just being young, but with two guys like that you're talking about with Jonah and Avery, what sort of lessons, you talked about their character, but what sort of example do you feel like they have set that is transferring to this group of young guys who are going to continue those lessons forward even after we celebrate these guys today?
Phenomenal question. 2 things. I think Avery, the opportunity to offer wisdom. 6-year senior, third school. Hey guys, this is what I've seen. This is how I impart that. And he's done that in return for our young guys. And that's invaluable, especially when we have a little bit of a vacuum at the top end with continuity in our program and having older guys. Jonah, on the other hand, is in this world, it's really hard for young people to be authentic every day, to be the same dude every day, to say it with their chest. In our coaching world, that's really hard, and it's one of the things that's a hallmark of our program is our successful teams. Our guys, when they're frustrated, can come work that out with us. And that doesn't exist in college basketball. That's unique to us and the relationships we build. So Jonah being the same dude every day, talking the same way to the coaches that he does to our players, that he does to his family, that authenticity translates, and it's what we have to have here. It's one of the hallmarks of our program, and that's really hard for 19-year-olds to learn because they're fearful of authority, because our world rewards disingenuousness, and then the other part is Jonah just every day in the gym early, treatment, rehab. His Division I experience pays off in terms of, guys, this is the standard of what it takes guys observing that every day is transformative for our program.
Talk about things that have transformed this group, and I know we talk a little bit further than basketball a lot when we talk about the people that are involved, but I just wanted you to be able to reflect on 3 women's basketball seniors that were all grad students, 2 men's basketball super seniors that are grad students. Then we're celebrating 3 cheerleaders at halftime of your game tonight. Just the community support, right, and the support of people wanting to be here because of that and wanting to get their graduate degrees from Fresno Pacific and be around these programs. What do you think that's a testament to?
Well, one, I love our seniors. I also love Mason Ricks and Fella, right? Because we share bus rides with them, because you get to see their work. Because 2 years ago they had the struggle we had, and look at them now on the cusp of a West Region bid in the conference tournament, number 2 team in the league, and that inspiration that personally I get to draw from across the hallway. The strength of their culture, the strength of their leadership is really powerful. And then the other thing is, like, we have to have guys in our program that understand that they're part of something bigger than themselves. We can't do it here with what we've been given without that level of motivation. If it's about you and your points and your playing time, we can't get it out of the mud, to use the term the kids use. You have to have this depth of character and connection. It has to be about our community. And our guys have to understand, and our coaches have to understand, our performance this year does not reflect what our community deserves. Not because we deserve better, but because our community deserves better. And we have to access that. We have to draw inspiration from that. Our community is unbelievable. Our boosters are unbelievable. Our families are unbelievable. Our administrative leadership is unbelievable. And they deserve a product on the floor that reflects that. And so I remain steadfast that our long-term trajectory is on that. But we have to access that. Otherwise, on your 3rd game in 2 days, on the road, when you have the wear and tear and you were up till 2 a.m. working on a paper for a class, you're not going to find the desire and motivation you need. And so I hope that's something we're able to better connect our young guys to, in terms of, guys, if it's not bigger than you, if it's not about Amande Coleman watching our games at 3 a.m. in Iceland, if it's not about the texts I get from our local alumni who are in the front row, we'll never be who we're supposed to be. And so I think all of that gets wrapped in this bubble of what makes Fresno Pacific special. And it also creates a very narrow window to walk. Like, if we don't access that, if we don't be who we're supposed to be in terms of it being bigger than ourselves, we'll never win here. And so that's a growth point for our program. I think it certainly exists, but has to get shored up. And I think the inspiration of what it looks like here athletically is transcendent, and it's available for everybody to have the experience that they want, in terms of fulfillment, in terms of giving, in terms of all those things.
Well, what a journey it's been.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the time this year.
Yes, sir.
And looking forward to it tonight.
Yes, sir.
Head coach CJ Haydock will be right back one more time with starting lineups and tip right here on the Sunbird Sports Network.